everybody! Let's do this one step at a time. How do I sound right now? Do I sound okay? I'm not looking for perfect. I'm just looking for, yeah, you sound aight. Too loud is a totally acceptable answer as well. You sound fine. You sound good. You sound good. Fantastic. That's so great. Okay? So now, because we're dropping a bunch of frames, hopefully you'll still be able to hear me okay, but the video is what I'm worried about. So let's switch to webcam. Gonna do some moving around, some interpretive dancing here. How does it look? Terrible. Okay. Doable. Like, give me a range. Give me a range here. There go the frames. But it's good enough that we can do a stream. We can have like a little chit-chat stream. Dropped frames detected. Oh, don't worry, XSplit, I know. It's pretty alright. It's stammering sometimes, but it's okay. But you can still hear me fine, right? Dropping frames doesn't affect the audio. Impotent Wolf Dog, thank you so much for the resub. Some freezing, but it's not bad. Excellent. Did you hear that, Bee? Did you hear that, Bee? Wanna say hi, everybody? Great. Demon Gun Liz, thank you so much for subscribing on this beautiful Christmas Eve. I realize that it's not Christmas Eve for everybody, especially not in my own time zone. I would love for this stream to go long enough that it becomes Christmas Eve in my time zone. 40 hours a day, thank you so much for subscribing. Side note, definitely wearing, not my cat gang sweater, I'm wearing Sam's, because I accidentally grabbed his. Whoops. It's huge, but you know what? It was going to be huge on me anyway. Acceptable streaming conditions. Excellent. Then I'm going to also leave it to y'all. I'm going to also leave it to you guys to explain to other people what's going on. Mr. Chuckles McGee, thank you so much for subscribing. So if people come in and are like, oh my god, the frames, just give them a gentle, like, she knows. Dog, thank you so much for the bits. Yeah, this is Beatrice. Poor Beatrice was being told in the last vlog that she's fat. Weren't you? How dare they? You are a regal, tiny old lady cat who is so fluffy. She's just super fluffy, guys. Believe me, I know fat cats. I have intimate knowledge of fat cats. Beatrice is not a fat cat. She is a regal old lady cat. Hi, Grendor. My frames. My frames. Beaut. Yeah, so where I am right now, it is a little past 6 a.m. Fortunately, you know, because of time zones and all of that bullshit, I'm actually quite awake right now. Hi, I know. Once you start petting Beatrice, she's not leaving. So yeah, it's 6 a.m. I've hooked everything up. So the first drama this morning was that neither of us apparently grabbed the microphone to bring with us. So I started panicking. I was like, oh my God, well, there's no way that the microphone that's like built into the laptop is going to be any good. Like, that's going to be garbage, right? Which is why I was like, how's the audio, everybody? Because I did not expect that to work out. I did not expect that to work out in any universe. But yeah, I think where I'm trying to think of how to say that. In LA, where I normally stream, it is 10 p.m. Yes? But it is actually Saturday morning. So this is like a Christmas Eve Saturday morning Dooger for me. It's 6 a.m. Where are you on the internet? Because, you know, understandably, there are lots of plans for Christmas Eve. Lots of stuff is happening today. Black White Rose, thank you so much for subscribing. Of all of the streams that I planned on doing during this trip, I was like, the one that I want to absolutely make sure that I do is the Saturday morning Dooger that happens on Christmas Eve, because I think that that would be really fun. But, you know, I needed to schedule all of the streams at a time when it wouldn't interfere with stuff that was already going on with the family. We're going to be going to lots of like different places during the time that we're here. Lots of stuff is happening, so I wanted to make sure that I was going to be streaming at a time when pretty much everybody else is asleep, you know, so that I could just be like, okay, I'm out of the way. Like I've done my thing, and I'm not, you know, I'm not taking up a room that people are trying to use, and I'm not being antisocial, and I'm not, you know, it just seemed like the best way to do it for me. Oh yeah, the hashtag charity thing's going on. Oh my God, I forgot about the... So guys, if you would like to help out Doctors Without Borders, and you have bits that you were planning on using for me, I'm not saying give me bits to help charity, but if there are bits that you were planning on using on me today, if you do the cheer, and then do hashtag charity, a donation will be made to Doctors Without Borders by Twitch, which is pretty cool. Ogre13, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks, guys. What sort of room is that? This is like a little sitting room. Sam's nan used to live here, and so this used to kind of be her room. She doesn't live here anymore, so this is kind of like a second sitting room. And you know, the family's large, so it's actually kind of helpful to have like a big living room and then kind of like a smaller living room. Where are you going, Beatrice? So this room, actually, oddly enough, I think because this room is much easier to warm, like there's a little fireplace right there. But this room is where everybody seems to hang out now. Because you can like put up the fire, turn on the TV, everybody's kind of closer together, and it's quite nice that way. It's known as a back room in England, but it's not the back room. I don't know. Okay, thank you so much for the bits, and thank you for using hashtag charity. Yeah, it's connected to the conservatory, but the conservatory is now attached to the kitchen. They've like blown out that wall so that the conservatory kind of works as a dining room now. The kitchen is sort of oddly laid out because it used to be two different rooms, like a tiny kitchen and then sort of a strange mudroom. So years ago, I guess they like opened that up, but it still had this huge fireplace in the middle. So the kitchen is kind of like an 8, if that makes sense. Like, or not an 8. I guess I don't know, I guess a 0. Like, it's just like a big... Steen McGee, thank you so much for subscribing. It's just got like this huge living room right in the middle of it, right? And you like go around the sides and stuff. And it's beautiful. But yeah, they just like blew out that other wall because they were like, nobody's using it anymore. And they do want to eventually sell this house, so... But it is called a back room. Source I am English. I'm just saying it's not in the back. That's why I'm confused. Have you ever had green hair? I have. When we very first started the co-optional podcast, I kind of want to like get down on the ground. I kind of want to be on the ground right now because either that or I need another book. to put under this because I'm having to like scrunch down like that instead of sit up straight. Sorry, when we first started the co-optional podcast, I had green hair. So if you were to go back, or maybe even look up Dodger green hair on Google, it might pop up. I'm not sure. I had like teal hair that was really, really pretty. And then I started putting a dye color that was literally called grass green in my hair so that it got greener and greener and greener. I liked it. I preferred the sort of tealy version of it, but going full on green was also really fun. Aw, Fray Muerte, happy birthday. And Radwin Revluz, thank you so much for subscribing. Hi, Danny. Dodger, please help me fall asleep. I'm not going to be good for that. I don't think that I'm a good falling asleep voice. Maybe for some people. I'm not sure. But imagining my own voice talking does not sound soothing at all. That plump cat. She's not fat. She's not. She's a tiny little lady. Look at her. She's a little lady. Hobby. Hot Blazes, thank you so much for subscribing. She did not like that. She came over specifically to lightly nip at my finger and then walk away. I'm sorry, I know. I just wanted to prove that you're not fat and you're just a little fluffy old lady, huh? You said you like Fire Emblem's hentai on the podcast, but you didn't say what pairings you like. I've just said that I've seen it. I don't know anything about Fire Emblem. I've never played a Fire Emblem game. Help me stay up so I can finish designing this magazine. That's my wheelhouse. There we go. You need somebody to help keep you up? All right, let's do this. I love that her name is Beatrice. Yeah, there's so many cats in this house. There's Beatrice. Well, in this house, they're all indoor-outdoor cats. So at any given moment, there's either one cat or there's like 4 cats. There's Beatrice, there's Eddie, there's William. Oh my god, who's the last one? Oh shit. The 2 dogs are Bruce and Nellie, who you saw in the vlog. William is the big, mean-looking white cat. He's Sam's cat, and he's like a full-on, like, fight all of the other cats in the neighborhood sort of cat. So he's got just big old, like, scars all over the place. He's just ripped, you know, but he's like an old man. And then Eddie is his sister Nancy's cat. And Eddie is just kind of like, he just sort of hangs. He's not super involved in anything, but they were saying that since Nancy is away in Australia, he's been home a lot less because he misses her, which is sad. And then there's Beatrice, who is just like, of course I'm coming home because who's gonna pet me? Remember when you dyed your hair purple and it came out bluish? Best hair. I remember when I put blue in my hair and it turned blue and then like an awkward purple and then a weird red color at the bottom. I was like, wow, that's probably the worst my hair's ever looked. Ever. I used to put your coffee times on one long playlist and listen to them as I slept. What? Oh man, I wonder how many weird subliminal things wound up in your head. Why do British cats sound like British people? Like just different types of British people. He had his own Sherlock and Beatrice. Sam loves Watson. He can claim that he doesn't love Watson all he wants, but he loves Watson. Like really, really loves her. When we were leaving, he was like snug. That was also in the vlog, not yesterday's vlog, but the vlog from before. The day that we were leaving, he was like in the kitchen, like snuggling her, and I like turned on the camera right as he was pulling away. I was like, dang it. But it was so cute. He was just like, oh. Season's greetings from 1 a.m. in Canada. Season's greetings from 6 a.m. in England. I'm watching you while training my new puppy. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can grab another book. Another book. Wait, if you're interested, hold on. Let me show you one of the other festive areas of this room. That's where the conservatory is. That's where Bruce is. He hasn't barked at me yet. Quality shit. Oh my, that was loud. I'm so sorry. If we keep turning this way, then there's the little Christmas tree and the place where I'm going to try and steal a book. Oh, shit. I just realized we're not plugged in. We're not plugged in. Let's try this one. Jamie at home. Cook your way to the good life. Hopefully this isn't a prized possession. Okay. Alright, you ready? You're gonna get a little taller, okay? I promise it won't hurt. Fuck. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. I am concerned that I'm not plugged in, though. It's okay. At the hour mark, we should be good until the hour mark. At which point I'll go and grab the converter. That's the problem. I can't just like plug it in. I have to like have the converter. But I was using the converter to charge up my phone. We only have one, so we just kind of like toss it all over the house depending on where we need it. You realize it's like 1:20 in the morning here? Yeah, I know. It's 6 a.m. here. It's 10:20 in Los Angeles. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm ruining everybody's lives. Welcome, what's up? Is everyone around you a giant? Oh yeah, everybody in that family is a giant. Davey Games, thank you so much for the bits, and thank you for using #charity. The rest of my bits, Merry Christmas. Duh. Yeah, for those of you who missed it, if you wind up using bits today for any reason, I appreciate it. But also please use #charity because for every certain amount, one of you had like the big blurb, but for a certain amount of bits donated, Twitch will donate actual for reals money to Doctors Without Borders. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does the horse dog hate you? You know what? He's a protective dog. He's like a very, very protective dog. They live in an area where it's really beneficial to have a protective dog. Renjin, thank you so much for subscribing. And, you know, I get it. I totally get it. And I'm not about to, like, try and change that. Oh, Silver Star, thank you so much for subscribing. What's up? How are the nails doing? They're actually doing fine, oddly enough. When I was making the mince pies last night, I was like, Mom, press-on nails do not help. Press-on nails do not help me make mince pies. And she was like, no, they do not. She's allergic to acrylic and gel nails. So she just straight up can't have like fake nails or any of that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, dang. So she was like, yeah, so I've just never, you know, I don't even have the feeling of wanting to do it because I know that it'll make my fingers like flare up. I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, mine are, for those of you who don't know, mine are just press-ons. But they've been a really interesting adventure. There are some issues with press-ons that I wouldn't have thought of that keep winding up rearing their weird little heads. And I keep also wondering if like, what am I trying to say? I don't know, because I found like a little hair like caught in one of them. That's one of the reoccurring issues. If I put my fingers like in my hair at all and pull them away, the gap the weird like little lip that occurs right here, hair will get caught in that and then get ripped out. It like really hurts. So I have to be like very gentle with everything that I do. But every now and then a hair still gets stuck in there and it's so obnoxious. Come here. Thank you. Did I get it? Oh shit, I didn't get it. Whoa! Jason Yang! Thank you so much for the raid! What's up, buddy? Thank you so much! Welcome, viewers! Jason Yang, for anybody who watches me that hasn't watched him, you should absolutely go and check him out. He's so, so talented and such a sweet dude. Thank you so much for the raid! As I'm like talking about my nails, oh my god, guys, like, let me tell you all the issues with press-on nails. Corrigan, thank you so much for the bits, and thank you for using hashtag charity. Yuletide bits for Dodger and Charity. Hell yeah. Did you seal them with acrylic? No, oh gosh, I wish that I had my purse down here. Basically, they were like super convenient, which is like right up my alley. They were a very no fuss situation where it was a nail with like a little like seal on it. You pull the seal off and then the glue is just already on there. So you pull the seal off and then you're like, coffee drinking burrito babe. You guys were hearing that twice. Super cool. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for the support today, guys. I hope you're having a lovely one. Use the emotes for evil, not good, etc. Oh, is Octo here? I do love him. A wild Octo. Hi, guys. Let us see the kitty. Beatrice, everyone's looking at you. Everyone is gazing at your majesty. I know. Like, really, this is the best way to do the stream, right? Here's a cat. Here's me in my cat holiday sweater. Let's talk about the shit, right? Prosy Strangers, thank you so much for using the 250 with hashtag charity. Happy Merry, everyone. Mm-hmm. Is that a meme cat? Yes. Yes, it is. You're a meme cat, aren't you? She denies it. She denies it. What a betrayer. A betrayer to the cause. So majestic. I know. Shane, thank you so much for the 5 bits using hashtag charity. If you could ever get Sherlock and Watson to do that, it would be awesome. Let's just like sit next to me in a stream. Liddy Croissant, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks for the support. I hope you're having a lovely one. To be using emotes for evil, not good. I will be thanking you. You're missing one heck of a storm in LA. That's what I heard. My cat sitter texted me and she was like, it's really cold and rainy here. I mean, your cats don't seem to mind, but it's really cold and rainy here, so I hope that you're having a good time. I was like, apparently we have Storm Barbara over here. So there's that. TFK, thank you so much for the 500. Using hashtag charity. What do you think about the Tracer news? The best part of the Tracer news is watching people lose their fucking minds about the Tracer news. Just like seeing posts where people are like, my life is fucking over. I'm like, oh, yep. Oh my god, it's so good. What knowledge did you share with Sam's dad on The Hobbit? Oh gosh, like really simple things. But he basically, like, somehow, he really likes Lord of the Rings specifically. Somehow he had managed to watch the first Hobbit movie and the third Hobbit movie and had never seen the second one. And I was like, wait. So you went from the end of the first Hobbit movie, which is basically just, oh, I guess we all trust each other. Bilbo's all right, huh? And Bilbo being like, I'm all right, guys, right? Oh, I've also got this ring that I probably won't tell anybody about. Fading out on a sunset, right? I was like, you went from that to spoilers. Here, I'll put up the spoiler finger. If you haven't seen the third movie, the third Hobbit movie, and you don't want it spoiled for you, wait until I put my finger down and then the spoilers will be over. So you went from that to a movie where a dragon was burning down an entire village while all of the dwarves are inside of the mountain. Like, there's just a huge leap that happens there. I was like, what? And to make it worse, we like hopped into the movie halfway through it, and he was like, wait, I haven't seen any of this one. I was like, what are you talking about, Dad? Like, that doesn't make, what? Watching the movies is not needed in your life. I love them. I love all of the Lord of the Rings movies. I love all of the Hobbit movies. I enjoy every single one of them. So I'm not fussy about that shit. I think that they're all magical and wonderful. But he kept asking questions like, wait, where is Gandalf? Wait, what's happening? I was like, oh, well, Galadriel, like, sent him a message, essentially telling him that, like, that she felt the evil power of the necromancer. And he was like, right. Like the necromancer who becomes Sauron. And he was like, right. And, the one that was kind of funny was, Keely, spoiler finger again, for, the second movie and the third movie? Whatever. Sure, spoiler finger, whatever. So when Keely gets shot with the poison arrow, his dad was like, is he transforming into an orc? And I was like, no, that's not how that happens. He was like, oh. I said, no, like the orcs, all of the different tiers of orcs are created by different types of beings, like elves or humans or dwarves or whatever, being buried underneath the earth. And he was like, ah. So just like little bits like that where I was like, I didn't know all of this stuff like 2 weeks ago. It's just because I had a really long conversation with Adam about the Silmarillion. Yes, we did watch Rogue One. We liked it a lot. We went into it thinking that it happened at a different place in the story, like a different, that it filled a different gap. So there was a point where, I'm not spoiling anything, there was a point during the movie where I realized, oh, this is happening in a different part of the timeline than I thought it was. I went into it in a different weird place. Did you buy the murder mug? Thank you so much, Silva, for all the bits. No, I did not buy a murder mug at that store, but it was through that store that Mom and I started having a long conversation about how we both love, like, morbid decorations, like that's a thing that we really, really love. And then I started showing her the lady on Instagram that I follow who carves ram skulls for a living. And she was like, these are amazing. I was like, I know. And Sam was like, gross, because Sam really hates them. When did you think it took place? I thought that it took place between episode 5 and 6. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought that that's where it was. But it actually takes place between, like, episode 3 and 4. Like, it takes place before the original 3. My brother-in-law was one of the death troopers. He's never seen Star Wars in his life. Did that, like, hurt you deep inside, or were you cool with it? Sofa, thank you for using hashtag charity. Thanks for the bits. Sounds like Mom would love Susie. Yeah, probably. Both Susie and Holly. She'd probably love their whole aesthetic. Carved ram skulls. Why have I not seen this? She's pretty great. I talked about her on stream a while ago, and everybody was like, wait, how much are her skulls? And I said that she sells skulls for like around $400, and everybody was like, that's too much. I don't think it's too much. Skulls are already very expensive just on their own, and then they have like this gorgeous design in them, right? Hold on, let me find it. It's called Artistry by Alicia, and she's fucking awesome. Like, look at that. It's just like so intricate. Just like really, really pretty. I love them so much. Oh my god. Ah, the horns on this one are so cool. Fuck. Anyways, so I love her, and I go and look at her Instagram all the time. I was like, Sam, one day, I'm gonna commission one of these. I'm gonna go to her and I'm gonna be like, I want a bespoke ram skull for my home. And she's gonna be like, I got you. I see it in the future. Yes, human skulls specifically are very, very, very expensive. There's a store. Fuck, I'm trying to. Beatrice, you wanna? I'll be right back. There's a store in LA that's like it's a store that sells lots of skulls and things. It's where I have two earrings. I have a set of earrings that are like two fox teeth. I got those at this store. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I don't think it's called necromancy, but I think it's something like that. It might be necromancy. I can't remember. Anyways, they have like a human skull that's been for sale there for a really long time because it's so expensive. Just nobody's bought it, you know. I missed the Insta handle. What was it? Hold on, I got you. No, why does it forget that I was looking at this? Artistry _by Alicia, Aletia. Artistry by Alicia. Skull artist is what it says on there, and that's the most. I'll never be that badass. Why can't you be around Bruce? Does he just bark a lot, or would he attack you? He would jump at me. He's jumped at me before. He's never attacked me, but he's tried to scare me specifically. So I do not hang out in the room with Bruce. Since they started, because it's just been like really cold and gross here, so he hasn't been spending as much time outside. So while I've been here, they have him like in the sort of dining room conservatory area, and then if I'm gonna come in, they'll put up like a little baby gate basically. And as long as I come in and don't acknowledge him, right? Like weird dog psychology. As long as I walk in, don't acknowledge him, and just interact with everybody else in the room, he's totally fine. But it's if I come in and look at him, he loses it. It's just like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. Like, just fucking. So we also, like, they knew that I was going to be streaming this morning, right? So we left the lights on in this room specifically, because that way I could walk in and the lights turning on wouldn't alarm Bruce. Like, the lights were already on, so a person being in the room with the lights already on is not going to be like, like, it's not going to, ruin his day. But yeah, he's, he's very, that was one of the reasons why I told Sam, I was like, here, take the camera and go, like, film yourself with Bruce, because Bruce is a very different dog around you, and I want people to see, like, Bruce being, like, sweet Bruce. He's an old man. He's just like Beatrice. He's another, like, old animal that's in this house, but he's got his job, right? His job is, like, to protect the family. So even as an old man, he's gonna let me know that it's not okay that I'm in the house, because I'm not the family. And if I lived here, if I was here, like, every day, right, then over time, obviously, he would eventually be like, I guess. but, I'm only here every few months or once a year. So, there just isn't enough time for him to ever get comfortable with me. I feel like I should apologize for the weather over in the UK, but then I remembered that you're marrying into this. That is true. I am. I'm fine with it. Sam, yesterday... Oh my god, she's putting her little paw under the door. She's one of those cats that acts like she wants to leave, and then she leaves, and then she's like, wait, what the fuck? And then she wants back in. What was I saying? Oh, yesterday... I had my bath, right? And then we were going to go into town. And Sam straight up would not leave with me unless I dried my hair. And I was like, Sam, I grew up in a climate that was very similar to this. I never once fucking dried my hair. Like, I'm not worried about this. He was like, you're going to catch a cold. Your hair's going to freeze off. You need to dry it now. And I was like, and then I dried it. We step outside. It's not even that fucking cold. It's like wet and windy, but it's not cold. It's just like, what the fuck? And then they made me put like an extra layer on and everything, and then we walked outside and I was instantly sweating. I was like, why did you do this to me? Why did you make me do this? I know what the weather's like here. It's so silly. One thing to remember with aggressive dogs is to never run from them. Yeah. I think the big thing is just to not acknowledge that he's there at all. I think that's going to be the quickest way for him to be like, am I so low on the totem pole that I don't even matter? Right? Like, that's like the weird dog thing that happens there. They think you're a weak Californian girl. Even Sam's the one who was like, you gonna be cold? Gotta dry your hair. But their whole family is like, why on earth wouldn't you dry your hair, right? They all dry their hair. I'm like, okay, it's fine. When in Rome, I'll dry my fucking hair. This is so funny. They were worried. Yeah. They were trying to help me out. I get it. It's fine. I just got here. Is there music or is that static? I don't know. Is there static? Because it's not music. I tell you what. At least I don't think there is. No, there's no music. I had to click onto Spotify just to like make sure, because I honestly could not remember. In fairness, as a Brit, I don't understand why you wouldn't at least towel dry it. What, just like wrap it up in a towel? I always do that. It's not like I let my hair just drip all over the place. It was literally just like lightly damp. It sounds like a fan. It sounds like a laptop fan. Weird. I don't hear a fan. Oh well. Is it okay at least though? I haven't seen anybody like really complain about it. So I hope I hope it still sounds okay. It's ambient background noise. It's a nice lull. Okay. I think Beatrice and her purr should come back. She is a cutie. She is a cutie butt. The only problem is that she's really bad about not alerting you when she needs to leave a room to like poop. So having her just trapped in a room for a while is like, I hope you don't poop. I hope you don't poop. Hold on. We're gonna... Where are you going? Come back. Wait. I'm gonna get on the ground. I'm not about this life. Got a little blankie. A little pillow that I can sit on. Use this one. Boop. Ugh. Yeah. 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 I like this. I like this better. Let's do this. The frames. Very silly. Arnar, thank you so much for the bits. And thank you for using #charity. I got used to fisheye Dooger, so this is weird. Hey, I've been unfisheyeing it though. Well, not unfisheyeing it, but I've been undistorting it. I've been changing the distortion, okay? Is it possible to change the FPS to 25? Well, I would have to take the stream down, and I'm not going to do that. So... I love the sweater. Me too! They turned out super cute. I hope that you guys like your sweaters. Ten out of 10 PowerPoint. Thank you. This has been a play in one act by Dodger. Binging on Vlogmas sure changes one's perception of time. I'm so glad everybody's been liking Vlogmas so much. It makes it fun to like... Honestly, while I've been doing Vlogmas, I've been much more inclined to do more stuff because I'm like, oh, that would be so fun for the vlog. No cavities, check. Untrue. Definitely have a cavity. Just as a side note. Just as a side note to the goof, definitely have a cavity that I have not gotten checked out yet. I refuse to wear anything but the cat sweater for the entire week. It's so warm. I'm so glad. That's awesome. We like Vlogmas because we miss coffee. I understand that. Coffee's not coming back, but I understand that. How was that Willy pastry? I haven't had a chance to eat it. She filled all of the profiteroles last night. So I think we're eating some of them today. But we might be eating them on actual Christmas. I'm not sure. It's hard because like the family's so big that like Christmas Eve winds up being a thing and actual Christmas winds up being a thing and then Boxing Day winds up being a thing, right? Because everybody has significant others now, and it's not like with me where my family doesn't celebrate Christmas, so like it was never an issue, right? It was just like, all right, well, we're going to England for Christmas. I'm delighted. Feel no guilt, nothing. Like, it's great. But for everybody else, it's like, oh, well, should we try to do like both families for Christmas, or should we alternate each year? And like, well, maybe we can just come over for Boxing Day. And, you know, it winds up being like a much bigger thing for everybody else in the family, as the family continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So like today, tomorrow, and the next day are all like a thing. Like stuff is going on every single day. This is, again, one of the reasons why I was like, I'm gonna do a 6 a.m. stream. It's gonna be Saturday morning Dooger, but it's gonna be at 6 a.m. and I'm gonna go at least until it's actual Christmas Eve in Los Angeles, so that it's for roll. Are you gonna play hardcore trivia with the family? Of course, every year. What is Boxing Day? I can't remember. Ailey BB, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you're having a lovely day. Use the emotes for evil, not good. Thank you so much. What was the question? Oh, Boxing Day. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. It's like another holiday for everybody. I'm trying to remember. They were telling me why it's called Boxing Day, and I can't remember it now. It might be another one of those days where nobody's totally sure why it's called Boxing Day, but yeah, here, like, it's not a thing in America at all. But Boxing Day is very much another holiday that happens right after Christmas. Euclides 23. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks for becoming a member of the Cat Gang. Hope you're having a lovely one. Everybody, thanks so much for the subs and the resubs today. Who here is subscribed to some kind of Japanese candy box? I am not. I know a lot of people that are, though. And thank you so much for the bits and for using hashtag charity. You guys don't have Boxing Day? That's weird. Well, we have Black Friday after Thanksgiving, which I think is kind of an equivalent. Valkyrion, thank you so much for subscribing. Our Cat Gang shirts and sweaters going back up for sale soon. They are. They're already up. You can buy one right now. There are shirts and sweaters and snapbacks, like hats. The hats have to be shipped from America because that's the only place where we can have snapbacks made, unfortunately. But shirts and sweaters have a US shipping place and a European shipping place. So you can have an international shipping costs. Like, you can check to see which one is going to be cheaper for you depending on where you live. We have Black Friday too, and they are not equivalent. Cool. I don't know. I have no idea then. Red Avenger 76, thank you so much for subscribing. And GameStream 808, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks for all the subs, guys. I appreciate it. Use the emotes for evil, not good. Be kind to your fellow burritos in chat. And have a great day. Thank you so much. In Iceland, we tend to have the second day of for most holidays, just as an excuse to get more vacation days. I mean, I applaud that. I want a Cat JoJo hat. You know, oddly enough, a storefront that has just basic clothing does not have that kind of a hat. Everybody's saying that it's for a different thing. It's pretty funny. Black Friday isn't a holiday, it's a war zone. I mean, if you don't leave your house, it's a holiday. Kenichi, thank you so much for the resub. 2 awesome years. Aww. And Hikari Angel, thank you so much for the resub. Thanks for getting me into Kuroko. Hell yeah. It's great, right? What other holidays are there besides Christmas and Easter? I've never celebrated either of those.
Well, Christmas I celebrate with Sam's family, but it's my first Christmases. Um, Growing up, we celebrated birthdays and Thanksgiving, and that was basically it. Which is fine. I didn't feel like I missed out at all, to be honest. But it's been fun. It has been really fun spending a lot of time with a family that really like gets into Christmas. Because it's like my first time experiencing that, and it's been really cool. Did you continue the weird gift roll? I did, but the gift hasn't shown up, which is like a super bummer. It's such a huge bummer. So Sam's mom was saying that, if they can get it here today, they will. But unfortunately, I bought my gift this year off of Society 6. Spoilers: they track the item until it leaves the U.S. and then they stop tracking it, which really really sucks. So I have no way of knowing if it got held up in customs or what's going on. I have no way to know, which really sucks. How come you never celebrated anything? Um, I don't know. We just didn't. Uh, it wasn't like a religious thing really. We just didn't celebrate any of that stuff growing up. Um, I think pause. Sir Moonin, thank you so much for subscribing. I think part of it was just that my parents grew up at a time um, when a lot of people were like felt very strongly about like, well, I guess it's kind of like now, where everybody felt very strongly about like corporations and greed and things like that, and any holiday that felt like it was taking advantage of I don't know, like they didn't want to celebrate Christmas because Christmas wasn't, I don't know how to put it, because my parents are very religious, so like to them they were like Christmas isn't about the religion, it's about greed to them. So they were like, well, we just won't celebrate it. Now that they're older, they have a little tree, and that's about it. But we didn't really do anything else. And then Valentine's Day, my parents were like, that's stupid. St. Patrick's Day, that's stupid. They just they didn't really have any desire that way. You can still do Christmas without the gift giving. There was just no desire. There was just no desire to celebrate it at all. Is this when you formed a gang? Yes, to defeat all of the holidays. But yeah, anyways. Anyways, I always really liked when friends would throw like winter solstice parties. So I was like, yeah, I feel like everybody can get down with a winter solstice party, right? Like there's lots of different holidays that happen around this time. But a winter solstice party is just like, yeah, buds, it's winter. You know? So I'm Irish as fuck, so we always celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I didn't meet anybody who really celebrated St. Patrick's Day until college, and then I saw just how ham people can go when they really want to get drunk. I don't know what Elvis Day is. Yeah, everybody can get down with some paganism, right? Like, nobody's gonna have a problem with that. How's the weather in England? They have a storm called Storm Barbara right now. So it's windy and rainy. But it's not cold, I don't think. Guild Chatter, thank you so much for the 100 and for using hashtag charity. Appreciate it. There's always Festivus. I don't know what Festivus is. I'm sad Festivus didn't get popular. Was it just like a non-denominational let's all hang out holiday for like the winter? They name their storms. I mean, we name everything, right? Like, yeah, they've got a big storm called Storm Barbara right now. We always name hurricanes and shit. Festivus is a Seinfeld thing. I do not watch that show, so I don't know. Are you doing a meetup or anything? No, we have lots of family stuff planned, so.
What are you doing, Beatrice?
Her little paw. Just like trying to.
What? You want in? Are you gonna poop? Let Beatrice back in. Hi, I know.
Welcome, you fine cat.
Echoscope, thank you so much for subscribing. What's up?
Babe.
Aw, Lou. I'm sending you a hug from across the pond. Have you been watching any good anime? I mean, Keijo is saving anime, so if that counts. If the literal savior of anime counts, then.
Hi. What's up?
Everybody really missed you, Beatrice. They thought that I was just the cruelest person.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving.
Skullbone241, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks, guys. But yeah, Holly and I have talked before about throwing winter solstice parties. Unfortunately, winter solstice happened on the day that we left this year. I was like, drat. Yes, if you're seeing lag, it is not just you. I am dropping hella frames, but apparently the audio is fine, so I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Hi. What?
Can you hear her purring? It's so loud.
What?
When I imagine you with a human voice, I imagine you with Mary Berry's voice. Holy shit, you remind me of the girl from Orange is the New Black that steals from Piper's account. Oh, fuck, what's her name? Shit. She's like she's super famous. And really cute, so thank you. I appreciate it. Fuck, what's her name? What a nice old cat. Yeah. She just loves the pets. She just loves being scratched. Ruby Rose! That's who it is. I need more tats and shit. Your front page on IRL. What's up? How's it going? Happy Christmas Eve.
What?
Somebody just told me that I look like Ruby. And I'm super okay with it.
Welcome.
Nito Dude, thank you so much for subscribing.
Coffee drinking burrito.
Thank you. I hope you're having a lovely day. Use the emotes for evil, not good. Be kind to your fellow burritos. Hi, Joku. I love her tats. Me too. I'm such a tattoo person. And I know that there are going to be plenty of you in here who are not. Please don't fight about it. But I am like a huge tattoo person. I follow so many tattoo artists on Instagram. I think like my big issue as I like start collecting more tattoos is going to be deciding like, oh my god, I follow so many talented people, like who do I go to? Thinking about getting more tats? Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Why are you up so early? Yeah, I was explaining to everybody that I'm in England right now. So, it is, it's now 7 a.m. for me. Oh shit, I need to plug in the laptop. I just realized. So really quickly before we do a BRB and I'll grab the converter. Yeah, it's like 7 a.m. here and we have like lots of Christmas Eve plans, but I still wanted to do a Saturday morning Dooger of some kind. So I decided to do this like super early stream here that wound up being a very late stream back in America. It's like not necessarily an intuitive time to do a stream, but I figured I'll just go for it. We've been dropping all kinds of frames. It's been great. It's been just like quality shit. Anywho, I will be right back, play some music for you, and we'll come back and hopefully the laptop won't have died. Okay, cool, great.
Pokemon. Pokemon. Listen, I can't stress this enough. How that everything in life is real. Everything. I assure you, what your children watch, what you watch affects you radically. People here today, they can't get saved. Some of you can't go to heaven. Why? 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 Pokemon.
That must look terrible with the frame drops. That must look so dumb. Hello, everybody. I'm back and plugged in. We're not gonna die. Thank God. So for any of you who have been watching Vlogmas, side note, I've been doing Vlogmas. I've been doing Vlogmas this year, which has been really, really fun because I've been like in kind of a weird zone where vlogging feels very strange. So I figured, you know what? You know what would be a great way to just rip the bandage off is do a vlog every day for December, which is a thing that a lot of different YouTubers do. So I was like, sure, you know what? I'll do Vlogmas. That sounds fun. So I've been doing Vlogmas. I've actually kept up with it really well. The only day that we like kind of skipped was the day that we were on the plane for, 12 hours or whatever, which created a situation where like 2 days sort of melted into each other. We got on a plane early afternoon one day and then landed the morning of the next day. So it was kind of difficult, especially with no Wi-Fi on the plane. I was like, there's literally no way I can get this vlog up, right? So combined those 2 days. But anyway, if you watched the vlog from yesterday, you will see the mince pies that I made, which I'm very proud of. Very proud of my mince pies because I've never made them before. So Sam's mom taught me how to make mince pies, and we drank Bailey's all night and talked about shit, and it was great. But Sam's mom is awesome. She's just like, I can't remember what I was talking about, but she was like, do you want some Baileys? I was like, sure. So we go into the kitchen, and I was like, what's a good Baileys drink? And she was like, Baileys with ice. I was like, all right, you know what? Sure, when in Rome, sure, okay. So we just drank just straight up just Baileys with ice while we were like making mince pies and profiteroles and stuff. What I wanted to say though, that made it so funny for me, is that she taught me how to make little like holly leaves with the exact same like cookie cutter, like pie cutter. Because there was a little bit of leftover dough, and I was like, oh man, well, what should I do with this? And she said, oh, well, you can make pretties. And I was like, oh, pretties, like little things to put on top of the mince pies. I was like, oh, I can make like little hearts and stuff. And she was like, let me show you a trick. And she showed me how to use the exact same pie cutter to make like little holly leaves. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, you are so smart. This is amazing. So I made like all these little holly leaves. I put them on every single mince pie. Two holly leaves per pie, right? Going like this. When they came out of the oven, I was so sad that Sam wasn't there. Sam went to hang out with his friends last night, which I was absolutely all for, because he never gets to see them. So he was like, I'm gonna go out for a curry with my friends, maybe grab a drink. It's like, good, do it. I'm gonna drink Baileys all night with your mom. So so he was gone, and I was so upset that he was gone in the moment that we took the mince pies out, because like, okay, they look like All Might mince pies. If you go back to that vlog, look at those mince pies and tell me that they do not look like All Might's eyebrows from My Hero Academia. Because they do. I was like, oh my god, they're All Might mince pies. It's an accident, but now it's not an accident. I made All Might mince pies. And there was nobody I could make that joke to. So Sam came home at like 3 a.m. and I was like, I need to tell you something. I need to tell you something. I was like sleepy. I was like, I need to tell you something immediately. And he was like, okay. It's like later, when you go look at them, he was like, I was just in the kitchen. I saw them. They're very beautiful. I was like, they're All Might mince pies. He was like, okay. Okay, my love. Yeah, so that was my night. We got, I think it was the first time that I've ever had Indian food with Sam's family, which surprises me because y'all in England love your Indian food, right? But it's weird because in America you can get spicy tikka masala, which is like my favorite thing to get. I love just straight up like spicy tikka masala. It's so good. But tikka masala is a very mild curry here, right? Like you can't really get like spicy tikka masala here. That doesn't make any sense. So we were ordering Indian food and I was like, I want something that like has a little bit of a kick but isn't like vindaloo where I'm gonna die, right? So I was like, I'm not sure what I should get. I wound up just getting a korma, but yeah, for a split second I was like, maybe I should just like go online and look up like all of the, like see if somebody's put together if you want spicy but not so spicy that you shit all night, get this one. The Baileys was doing work that night. You know what? If by doing work you mean that I wound up making All Might mince pies, then yes, and I'm delighted. What's happening? I just woke up and there's a live stream? Yes. Yes, the stream schedule is very different while I'm in England. I'll be totally straight up with you guys. This might wind up being the only stream that I do while I'm here. Just because like just seeing how we're dropping a lot of frames and stuff. But I'm just glad that of all of the potential streams I was going to do, I was saying before, like, this is the one that I really, really wanted to do, the, like, Christmas Eve, Saturday morning Dooger stream. Like, I'm very glad that I wound up being able to do this one, even though we are dropping lots of frames and it probably looks terrible. I'm just delighted that you're all here and that we all get to hang out for a couple of hours while I'm in England. I think that that's fun.
Aw, I'm so glad, guys. Thanks.
I tried to go to sleep because I'm tired, but the sickness is too real. Aw. Who needs frames anyway? What I will say is, I don't know if you guys know this, Instagram has live streaming now. What the fuck? So I've used it in very stupid ways so far. It doesn't store the live stream anywhere, which I think is interesting. So I've done 2 live streams. The first one was me going like this, and then saying bye, basically. It was like 20 seconds. It was me just trying it out and seeing what happened. And then the second one that I did was just a long live stream of the cat on my lap. So yeah, I might do like one of those with Beatrice one of these mornings. Just some chill, like, watch a cat purr and sleep time. I was going to bed, but I got excited you went live. Aw, thank you. One of the Polaroids being sent out. They'll be sent out when I get back. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of stuff that I really wanted to, like, assemble and send out before we went, and it didn't wind up happening. So some of the stuff is going to wind up getting there quite late. So I'm sorry about that, but thanks for being super patient. The live streaming isn't even available for everyone to watch. Oh, really? Aw. I really hate Periscope, so I was so excited about Instagram. We're like insta lame. Wow. Okay, well then watch Vlogmas. That's your option. I'm gonna keep using it sometimes too. I'm sorry. It's literally like 30 seconds. They're not like, you're not missing out on much. How are you gonna tell your cats you cheated on them with a British one? Well, I mean, they're kind of used to it. They're used to me coming home smelling like different animals, so it's fine. Nate Diggity Doggy, thank you so much for the 100 bits and for using #charity. You modeled with pizza? What was it for? It was a, that was my Playboy shoot. My non-nude Playboy shoot that had lots of pizza in it. I just looked at the pies and you're absolutely right. They look like little All Might brows. I know! I'm telling you! It wasn't just the Baileys. It's like for real. Vlogmas was so early and stream was so late. Do British cats have an accent?
Do you have an accent, BB? No?
Okay. Good to know. I see you on the internet a lot, or rather your foot. It sounds like you're in a very specific place where my feet would show up. Vexel. Where'd you come up with the names of your 2 cats? I don't know, they just came to me. I mean, it just made sense to name the second cat Watson, right? Like that just made a lot of sense.
Aw, I'm so glad. Thank you.
I found it interesting that England has a lot of instant coffee. Yeah, they don't really have drip coffee here. And I know that some of you who are from England are probably going to be like, you can go to so and so and get normal drip coffee. Normal drip coffee. It's not drip coffee. Just isn't. It isn't normal in Europe. That's not really a thing. You can get Americanos and you can get instant coffee, but a lot of places just don't. They don't have drip coffee makers. So a lot of people in England are very, very used to just instant coffee, like the taste of instant coffee, which is so bizarre to me. So like we went to Poppins and they asked me if I wanted tea or coffee. And I said, ooh, I'll have a coffee. And the second I started to sip it, I was like, oh, fuck, that's right. It's instant. Forgot. They just taste so vastly different. Nork, thank you so much for the bits. Hopefully you're having a Merry Christmas and everyone a Happy Holidays. Aw, thank you for using #charity. Thanks, guys. Drip coffee is very normal in Germany. Excellent. It's normal in Sweden. Okay. Many places that I've been to in Europe, it's been impossible for me to get drip coffee. The way I see it, we focus on the tea and then you focus on the coffee. All right, great. I feel like drip coffee is normal in houses, but not in coffee places. But like, even then, I have never been in a British home that has a drip coffee maker. Nope. They have instant coffee in a little jar, and that's it. You have expertly avoided all the drip coffee countries. I guess so. Why are most British homes so tiny? I don't think they are. This house is pretty big because they had, a million children. But I don't know. As a non-coffee drinker, what's drip coffee? It's when it's when you take like hot water, you grind up the coffee, you put it in a filter, and then you pour hot water over it, either with a machine, either have the machine like just drip hot water into it, or just like straight up pour hot water over it if you have a single serving one. And then the drips that come through the filter are the coffee. So that's like the drip coffee method. But a lot of places that I've been to, it's either been instant coffee or you have an Americano, which is espresso mixed with water. I didn't know there was a difference. I thought coffee is the same. No, the size that you grind it changes it, and then the concentration with which you steep it also changes the flavor. which is why an espresso will taste very different from drip coffee and things like that. And there are different types of beans that are used for different things, and coffee is like a whole fucking world. What do you prefer? My favorite coffee in the world is terrible burnt diner coffee, which is why I can never own a coffee shop. As much as I keep being like, I would love to own a coffee shop one day, I can never own a coffee shop because my palate is just like so wrong, right? Like I can drink like a super fancy Patty's the Lovable, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. And Tomato Phalanges, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a member of the Cat Gang. Thank you guys. I can enjoy a fancy, nice, like cold brew coffee that's been made in like copper and all that. I can drink that and be like, ooh, that tastes very nice. It's very smooth. I can tell that a lot of the bitterness, has been lost because of the cold brew process. And all that shit. But if I'm like, I really want a coffee, I'm gonna go to a fucking diner, and I'm gonna be like, bring me a cup of that coffee, and then they're gonna bring me their like shitty drip coffee that's in one of those big machines that's just dripping all fucking day, and I'm gonna love it. I love it so much. Like, that's the coffee that I crave. I don't know what it is. And every single American diner has that coffee. Ugh, so good. I was talking with my mom. I can't remember. Maybe I said this already. Not today, but like on a stream at some point. I was talking with my mom about breakfast in England because she was like, what do they eat there for breakfast? So we're talking about, you know, like the English breakfast. I said it's like kind of similar to what you would have at like an American diner, but there's some differences. Like they do the like skinless hot tomato thing, and they do the blood pudding and the beans, the baked beans. It's like, you know, there's like it's the same sort of an idea, but there are just like a bunch of other elements that are involved that we do not have. And then I was like, or you can just have like beans on toast. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, it's like a very common, just like easy breakfast is like baked beans on toast. And that like blew her fucking mind. She's like, what? Do you drink tea? I do. We buy Yorkshire Gold at home from the import store. Sam does not think I put enough sugar in our tea. When I make tea for us, I never put enough sugar in it, which is laughable because any of you who have been watching me for a really, really long time know that you know that I used to put like 6 sugars in my coffee, right? Oh my god, Deleve, thank you so much for all the bits, and thank you so much for using #charity. Holy shit, I appreciate it. Delebe always comes in here, drops a shitload of bits, and is just like, so long. He's like an amazing, or they're like an amazing Santa Claus that just shows up in chat sometimes. Delebe, you're fantastic. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. How else do you eat baked beans? Okay, here we go. Here's a huge difference. Here's a huge fucking difference. In America, we eat baked beans along with like grilled food. So if you were to have like a hot dog, or if you were going to have a burger, right? You might have some baked beans on the side during a lunch or a dinner that's a big barbecue. That's when we have baked beans. They're not super common. We don't have Heinz brand baked beans anywhere unless you go to an import store. Like baked beans are just like a side that you have with barbecue food most of the time. We do not have them for breakfast ever. It's just like not a thing.
Welcome.
Pedro2600, thank you so much for subscribing.
Burrito babe.
Like on the side, not like on the burger. You could put it on the burger, but yeah. You have beans instead of potatoes? Do you guys have potatoes with your hot dogs? Yeah, Bush's baked beans. What's the name of his dog in those commercials? Is his dog named Bush? I can't remember. I can't remember how those commercials go. I just remember that it's the dude with his dog, and the dog, like, talks to him about the baked beans. Shit.
Welcome.
Xantical, thank you so much for subscribing.
Coffee drinking burrito babe.
Man, beans or spaghetti on toast is the best. Spaghetti on toast? You know what I still have never had? And I really, really need to. I'm trying to remember where they do this. Is it Colorado? What's the place that's known for putting chili on spaghetti noodles? Because I fucking need that. Duke, that's the name of the dog. Thank you. Those are like 2 things I love trying to have a baby. And I want it. I want to eat it so bad. I just want spaghetti noodles with chili on top. That sounds so good. Don't you think so, Beatrice? She just doesn't know what to do with herself.
Hi, what you doing? What's happening? Huh?
She's a biter. I'm so worried that when she's near my face, she's gonna just like go for my eyebrow, just like bite my eyebrow. Yeah, Duke's constantly like trying to give away the secret recipe for baked beans, and then he gets caught. It's like the weirdest Roadrunner situation ever. My mom made it once and I didn't find it great. But maybe it has to do with like the kind of chili, right? Because there's so many different types of chili. There's like the people who literally just make meat chili, which I think is fucking weird. They're just like, I don't know, it's just like some ground beef and like some tomato sauce, right? Like, and some spices, and then they like cook together, and then this chili. And I'm like, no. And then there's people like me who just throw like a bunch of veggies and beans and stuff into it, but I feel like that might be too chunky, right? So I'm like, what would be like a nice light version of chili that would act kind of like a sauce that you could put on spaghetti? I don't know. Cincinnati, that's where it is. Texas chili has no beans, then that's not the chili for me. Hell no. I'm not about that life. I love chili that's like, we put 5 different types of beans in this chili, and I'm like, yes. Like, that's the sort of chili that I make. Cincinnati chili is very specific. Interesting. We make chili with shell noodles? What the fuck? We're having a lot of food talk today, guys. I'm into it. We're just having a lot of food talk.
What's your favorite food?
Love.
I used to like girl.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh.
Rigor Mortis, thank you so much for the bits, and thank you for using hashtag charity.
The beans get caught in the shells, it's magic. I have played Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yes. I do think it's fun. I don't like playing it on stream. It's funny, there are some games where I've played them on stream and I'm like, I feel a lot of weird pressure. And not an enjoyable type of pressure. Not like Fury boss battle sort of pressure where it's like, I have to beat this guy, right? There's just like a weird... With Crypt of the Necrodancer, there's a weird pressure that I feel when I play that game, and I don't enjoy it on stream. If I'm by myself, it's totally fine. But the one time that I've tried to play that game on stream, I was like, wow, I feel like weird.
It is a kitty behind me. Willard Mittens, thank you so much for the bits and for using hashtag charity.
Hash browns. Hell yeah. Hash browns and I get along fabulously. It's weird. That's the other thing that's bizarre to me. The hash browns here, pretty much every time I have hash browns here, they're like the cube hash browns, like you would get at McDonald's, which I think is so weird. I'm like, wait, what? You guys don't just have like just shredded up potato? Like, I have yet to get just like normal for me hash browns in England.
Ah, Lori, thank you so much for the bits, and thank you for using hashtag charity.
There you go. That's Beatrice. She's a fluffy old lady. hash browns are home fries. Like I'm looking for shredded up potatoes cooked into like a just cooked. Shredded up potatoes that are cooked and then thrown onto a plate, right? How long is the stream gonna go today? Probably another like 20 minutes. Unless we're like feeling ourselves and we go for longer.
Welcome,
Rayton, thank you so much for subscribing.
coffee drinking burrito babe.
How old is Beatrice? I think she's like 10. Maybe older than 10? I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, if we're like on a roll, we'll go a little bit longer. But I'm probably only gonna go another like 20 minutes. I know that that's less time than I said I was gonna stream, but with all of the frame drops and everything, like I'm not gonna play a game. We're just gonna hang out and chit chat for a little bit longer. You mean like cubes of potatoes are their hash browns? No, like imagine a McDonald's hash brown, right? That's their hash brown, like one big, just like this, like a square. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I have to go in 20 anyway. There we go. Perfect. You want out? She's staring at the door again. We'll see how this goes. Okay. She went out, like out the door. Like she's outside now. So we won't get any little kitty paws under the door again. I think she had to finally flush out the system. I'm so hungry for hash browns now. I'm basically always hungry for hash browns. Sing for Charity. Oh god, Argnator, what is this? Ray, thank you so much for the bit. Since I have no idea if you'll stream again while the charity thing is going on, I have my bits from the ads. Aw, thank you so much. Yeah, for anybody who has shown up and doesn't know, they're doing a thing right now where if there are bits that you planned on using on me, I'm not saying like, give me some bits for charity, but if there are some bits that you were planning on using on me, please, please, please use hashtag charity, because for every certain amount of bits that are used on Twitch in a certain period of days, Twitch will donate to Doctors Without Borders, which I think is awesome. Lieutenant Colonel Shepard, thank you so much for the bits. I'm trying to scroll up to see what Argnator's thing was. I don't know if I can scroll up enough though. Like wrote me a song to sing. Thank you, Tobins. Thank you for posting that. And Lori, thank you so much for the bits. Have you heard of chocolate gravy? No. Is there a way you can resub with Prime on mobile? I'm not sure. Not sure about that. You know what the best thing in the world is? A Parmo. Only available in Northeast England. What is that? Have you ever had lengua? Tongue? Yeah. I had a brain taco. Would that be a cabeza taco? I had a brain taco that was pretty good. I love lengua tacos. Yeah, I've had all of that before. It's funny that you, Jenna, and Jesse are all married or dating someone from England. I know, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that that happened? Ornar, thank you so much for the bits and for using hashtag charity. 'Tis the season. Thanks for the Christmas stream. Super awesome time hanging out with you and the cat gang and burritos. Aw. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How's the brain taco? It was fine. I ate it as oh my gosh, here's a huge throwback for any of you who ever watched Iron Gamer back on the game station. The very, very first iteration of Iron Gamer, the idea was that whoever did worst at the game would have to do some kind of like a weird, silly thing. We played a game that was like, it was like a zombie racer game, I think. And I lost. It was like, how do I say this? I lost the game. And in the end, the thing that they made me do is eat brain tacos. And I was like, oh, these are actually pretty good. And they were like, dang it. It's a breaded, pounded chicken fillet covered in bechamel sauce and cheese and then grilled. Like a chicken parm? Like a chicken, just like a chicken parm? Or is it different? The whole idea of eating an animal's thoughts and memories freaks me out. That's fair. I think that's fair. That is one delicious penalty. Yeah, I was like, why are you guys giving me food? That's such a bad idea. Like, I'm super into food. No, I haven't hung out with Husky in a very long time. You losing Iron Gamer was fairly common. It wasn't as common as everybody made it out to be. Literally anytime I won Iron Gamer, everybody was like, holy shit, this is like the first time she's ever won. And I was like, fuck you, I've won plenty of times. Chicken parm sounds too posh for a parmo. Okay, never mind. Have you been to Greg's yet? No, I don't know what that is. Ah, Jack's Black-Eyed, thank you so much for the resub. Thanks for all the resubs today, guys. Appreciate it. I lose the game every day. Oh my god.
Welcome.
Periclespu, thank you so much for subscribing.
Coffee drinking burrito.
Thanks, guys. I'm sorry that, I know you guys keep saying you don't care, but I'm sorry about the dropped frames and the quality and everything. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed the stream. You know, G-Mart's house. Ah, yes, of course. Yes, I've been to Greg's many times. Go to Greg's and get some pasties. Oh, I see. It's one of those kinds of places. We have tried getting pasties at so many places in Los Angeles, and every single time Sam's like, this is so bad. Honestly, like, the only ones that he kind of enjoys, he at a certain point, I was like, maybe we should try empanadas. Because they're, like, similar, right? They're very similar. Maybe we should try some empanadas. You might like them. So, we found an empanada place. He loves empanadas. But not a fan of American pasties. Or, like, any of the places where British people have settled and been like, I'm gonna open up a pasty shop here. And Sam's like, God, they're all just so bad. Aw, thanks, guys. Have you ever tried a hot dog from Costco? Hell yes, I have. The game station used to be located right next to a Costco. So we would basically go there and eat super cheapo hot dogs like every day. Ignore the pasties. Get the sausage, bean, and cheese melt. It's sausage, beans, and cheese in a puff pastry. What? Happy birthday, OPQ! Costco food is best food. I mean, if you want some, like, affordable, pretty alright food, Costco's the place, man. They're like big tins of lasagna and shit. My aunt and uncle are all about that. There have been so many times where I've gone over to their house and they'll be like, you want some Costco lasagna? Like, hell yeah, I do. This is my first time here. The first thing I heard was, oh my god, I made all my mince pies and I was sold. Yes! The voices, welcome. I'm so glad that you enjoyed my mince pies. Sam's dad had one of the mince pies last night and he said it was good. So it did all right. If dad's okay with it, then thumbs up. What a resounding endorsement. Pretty all right food. I mean, I'm not gonna pitch it like Costco is a Michelin star restaurant. But Costco's got some pretty all right food. Costco Lasagna sounds like a great band name. Or the worst band name. One of those. Did Sam get drunk yet and run around in his dungaroos? No, did he say he was going to do that? Because I don't think that that's on the menu. To be fair, the one main reason I love going over to California is In-N-Out. In-N-Out's good shit. Yeah, you can hear it. I think Mom's up. For some reason, I thought mince pie has mince meat in it. Yeah, that's like the biggest misconception. Is what I was trying to do, but I took it too far. Mince pies do not have mince meat in them. They just have lots of fruits. They're just like little fruit pies. But for some reason, they're called mince pies. And I think that that's so weird. On that pun, I'm going to bed. So long, Bunny. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to wrap up here in a couple of minutes. Our mince pie is not a US thing. No. We don't really have... We have, like, pie, right? We don't really have, like, tiny individual-sized pies. And to take it a step further, we also don't really have meat pies. You can make a pot pie. Pot pies aren't as common as I think they used to be, but pot pies are like savory pies. I think most people wind up having pot pies like as a like they'll buy a frozen pot pie from the store, like a Mrs. Calendar's like pot pie, and then wind up eating that. I don't think that most people like make pot pies, but savory pies are much more common here, to the point that Sam and I have had complete misunderstandings because he's thought that I was talking about savory pies and I was talking about dessert pies. And I'm like, Sam, I'm never going to be talking about a savory pie, ever. Because in my mind, if I just say pie, then I mean dessert. That's all that pie means for me. Okay, well, where I grew up, nobody ate pot pies, okay? Maybe y'all, like, in other areas of the US, eat pot pies all the time. Not where I am at all. She Who Flies, thank you so much for all the bits, and thank you so much for using hashtag charity. Enjoy this gift. I will. Happy and Merry Christmas to you, Sam and the fam. Thank you so much. Pot pie is like poor college people food. That's top ramen in my mind. You can go to the store and be like, oh man, I spent $10 and now I have like a month's worth of top ramen. American pot pies are basically Hot Pockets but round. That is so accurate. That is so accurate. Yes. A calzone is different. No, yes, a calzone is different. Where are you from? I'm from Oregon, which is on the West Coast. Oregon is right above California. So it's in an area called the Pacific Northwest. And it's definitely like its own little world. America, the United States, are very bizarre, at least to me. But I guess like this happens in nearly every country. The United States is just so big that like there are entirely different cultures like in different areas of the US, you know? So I can say something and make it sound like a blanket statement and be like, nobody really eats pot pies. And then people who live in a different part of the US are like, what the fuck are you talking about? We eat pot pies all the time, right? Where I grew up, pot pies are not really a thing. But that doesn't mean that they're not a thing in the rest of the US, I guess. Oregon is California's hat. Yes. If you've ever seen Portlandia, that takes place in Oregon. And obviously it's an exaggeration, but it's also fairly accurate. I'll be in Portland for a LAN in April. Oh, PDX LAN? I've been to that. I've been to PDX LAN before. Portland's like a land of its own. It is. Oregon's one of those states where the cities, like the major cities, are extremely liberal, like overwhelmingly liberal. And then all of the areas outside of the cities are extremely conservative. So there winds up being a lot of, I don't want to say dissent, but there winds up just being a lot of clashing of ideas inside of Oregon. But overall, because the cities have more people, it is overall a liberal state. But yeah, it's one of those situations where like if you're in like the Oregon countryside and then you go into Portland, you're like, oh, this is a totally different world, basically. I have not played Asagao Academy, no. When people talk about Europe like it's one big country. Yeah, like I did earlier when I was like, well, like pretty much everywhere I've been in Europe, they don't have drip coffee. And everybody was like, wrong. You're super fucking wrong. I was like, oh, okay, fuck, never mind. England is pretty much the same. Accent-wise, though, England changes a lot from one side to the other. Holy shit. Like, super north in England sounds completely different from the south of England. I've not finished Final Fantasy 15 now. I'm in Chapter 3 trying to do every single side quest. So I'm going to be stuck doing that for a while, but it's fun. You just described every state? I don't think that's true. I think there are some states that are much more unanimous. Like way more so than the difference between... Like, I think the most extreme example probably is Austin, Texas, right? Where Austin is like this weird bastion for all of the super liberal people that live in Texas. Because the rest of Texas is very, very different from it. Aw, Ice Bear. We're all sending you hugs. I spent like 10 hours doing side quests in chapter 3 and then I gave up and decided to do more story once I was level 30. That's probably what's going to happen to me. I'm like level 20 something. And there's so many side quests to do, but they're all just like really fun and easy for the most part. What I keep running into are problems with the hunts, right? There have been multiple hunts that I've gone on where I find the thing that I'm supposed to be murdering. I'm like, cool, I found my hunt thing, right? And then something else will show up that's like level 50 and just murder us. I'm like, how do I avoid you? How do I avoid this thing? It tries to kill me. There's only a 1 hour difference now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Alright guys, let me bring up our list of new subs so that I can thank you all properly. Thank you so much for being with me today. And for being super duper patient. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I don't know whether or not I'll be doing another stream while I'm here. I'm gonna say probably not, but if I do, I'll tweet and say like, we're gonna do a stream, right? But because there's just so much going on and like lots of family events and things like that, it might not wind up happening. But when I get back, it's gonna be a thing.
Welcome, you
Unceremony, thank you so much for subscribing.
drinking burrito babe.
Okay, let's see. Boop. And boop. Yeah. Thank you for making a stream while you're away. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it was super fun.
Oh my god, my computer is so confused. It's like, wait, what day is it? Okay, interesting. I'm going to read, I'm going to read all of the resubs starting with the 23rd, because I think that that's where it's getting confused. Okay, thank you so much to all of the new subs. Thank you to Accent Zeal, to Image Corrupted, Viva Wonderland, Adelaide's Jewel, Pixel Bards, J Black 102, DB 198812, Cat Toast, Demon Gun Liz, 40 Hours a Day, Mr. Chuckles McGee, Black White Rose, Ogre 13, Kurt Blancaflor, Steen McGee, Radwin Reviews, Hot Boyses, Renjin, Silver Star, Super Ghoul, Ludi Croissant, Sergeant Fidget Streams, Shiny Arc, Ailey BB, Euclides 23, Valkyrion, Doo Eagle Fang, Red Avenger 76, Game Stream 808, Sir Moonan, Echoscope, Ska Bone 241, Nito Dude, Pedro 2600, Xantical, Raiden 1803, Alsman, Lazy Snow Day, Peric Lesbu, Unceremony, and Dark Soy. Thank you guys so much for subscribing today. Thank you so much for all of the resubs, for all of the bits. Thank you for using hashtag charity and sending some of your love to Doctors Without Borders. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Have a lovely holiday. If you celebrate something, have a lovely time celebrating. If you don't celebrate anything, just have a great couple of days, man. And we'll see you again in a bit, right? At the latest, you will see me again on Thursday for a normal time stream. Okay? Cool. Thanks, guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye-bye.